everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Welcome to Weirdstale! Are you a weirdster like us?
Do you love the paranormal, true crime, mysteries, and stories of the just plain weird?
We're sisters, Melissa
and Stephanie.
One of us is obsessed with telling the other every weird story she can find. Every week on our show, Weirdstale, we have a story that's sure to leave you wondering.
You might even let out a welp.
Join us in Weirdstale every Thursday for a new episode of Sisters Speculating on the Strange.
Find us in your podcast app and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Weirdstale Podcast.
And TikTok at Weirdstale Pod.
What's weird with you?
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised. Retrostatic Radio presents Killing 15 Minutes.
Hello and welcome to Killing 15 Minutes, where you get your true crime fix in 15 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your writer, Sam Rossi, and shortly I'll be handing over a rough draft of a script to my brother, AJ, who hasn't read it, who's most likely has no idea what we're talking about. This should be fun. Good luck, bro.
Thanks, Sam. Vincent Mad Dog Call was an Irish-American... Fuck you. Actually, for this might... No, of course not. It's one of your friends on Facebook.
One of my friends on Facebook? Hey, did you see that we're 222nd in podcasting in South Africa? Shout out to South Africa.
I don't know any Afrikaan. I can barely do the accent. Comes off a little bit more Jamaican than I mean. Or Barbados Slim. And I'll be going back there. That's a Futurama joke. I'm trying not to be insensitive. It was just a reference. So 3 minutes in, thanks Sam, Vincent Mad Dog Call was an Irish-American mob hitman in the 1920s and early 30s in New York City. New York City! And there's for everyone over the age of 40. Let's see how many demographics we can hit in this one. We got 2.5 pages. Born on July 20th, 1908, in Gweedore, in County Donegal, Ulster, the northern province of Ireland. His family emigrated to the United States in 1909. At the age of 12, Coll was sent to reform school. After being expelled from multiple Catholic reform schools, he joined a street gang, the Gophers. The Gophers!
The Gophers.
Isn't that like illegal, man? And there's a Caddyshack reference. At 16, he was arrested for carrying a gun, and by 23, had been arrested a dozen times. In the 1920s, he started working as an armed guard for Dutch Schultz illegal beer delivery trucks. Hey, cool, I know who Dutch Schultz... See, mob, I know things about. I find it very interesting.
It is interesting.
That's why I also know things about street gangs. It's actually, to me, on a societal level, the mob, mafia, organized crime, be it, the Italians or the Urbans. I don't just mean black people. I mean, like MS-13.
Okay, but the other ones, and when we think mob, I think Italians and Irish.
Well, there's the thing. There's also a heavy amount of Jews.
I can believe that.
I believe it was, wasn't Dutch Schultz, it was in the 1940s. Oh, man. Murder, Inc.
Yep.
If I recall, it was all Jews.
I don't think
or at least led by, why can't I remember his name? Oh, my God. Oh, my God, because he's like... Anyways.
It's Toby's dad. Ziegler.
No, it's...
There's the West Wing reference. Next!
Okay. Coll's ruthlessness earned him to become an enforcer for Schultz. As Schultz's empire grew during the 1920s, he employed Coll as an assassin. At 19, Coll was charged with the murder of Anthony Borello, the owner of a speakeasy, and Mary Smith, a dance hall hostess. Coll allegedly killed Borello because he refused to sell Schultz's alcohol. The charges were dismissed, and mostly due to Schultz's influence. Schultz was not happy with his actions, however. In 1929, without permission from Schultz, Coll robbed a dairy in the Bronx of $17,000. His gang posed as armed guards to access the cashier's room. Schultz confronted Coll. Coll doubled down and demanded equal partnership. Schultz refused. By January of 1930, his new gang was at war with Dutch Schultz. One of the earliest casualties was Peter Coll, Coll's older brother. Okay, if you're going to use someone's last name as their first name, like as their de facto, when you mention their brother, don't use the same last name in the same thing twice.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
It's the Schmidt. It's the Schmidt problem.
Well, you're going to have that issue with this entire notebook because it's finished.
Peter was shot dead May 30th, 1931, while driving down a Harlem street. Coll was blinded with grief, rage, and vengeance. Over the next 3 weeks, he killed 4 of Schultz's men. Supposedly, 20 men in total were killed during this war. It's hard to really pin down because the Castellammares War also happened around the same time. Cool. On June 2nd, his gang broke into Schultz's garage and destroyed 120 vending machines and 10 trucks. To finance his new gang, Coll ransomed rival gangsters off. He knew it would never be reported to police. Well, I mean, he's not wrong. In September of 1931, Coll was hired by Salvatore Maranzano, who declared himself the capo of New York, and Coll was hired to murder Lucky Luciano, the new acting boss. Tommy Lucchese warned Lucky about this hit. Months earlier, Luciano had ended the Castellammares War from February of 1930 to April 31, with ordering the hit on his own boss, Joseph Mazzaria, which left Maranzano as the most powerful boss in the Five Families. Was the 30s around the five family times? Because it was right before that. I think it was in the 20s, or I want to say it was the 20s where the families met up and actually started the Five Families thing to end a previous war.
I think it was in the 20s, but it's been so long since I've done anything mob-related.
That's fair. Maybe we'll do a mobbing 15 minutes.
Think about it.
If your wife lets you.
Yeah, that's true.
That's going to be the kicker.
This is true.
On September 10th, Maranzano summoned Lucky Luciano, Vito Genovese, and Frank Costello to his office at 230 Park Avenue, in Manhattan. Lucky acted first, believing Maranzano planned to murder them. He sent 4 Jewish hitmen, disguised as government agents. 2 of the gangsters disarmed Maranzano's guards. Lucchese pointed Maranzano out to the remaining 2 gangsters. He was stabbed multiple times before finishing him off with a shot to the head. According to government witness Joseph Valachi, in 1963 testimony, Coll was paid $25,000 for all 3 murders in advance. When heading up to the office, Coll encountered the hit team and followed them out after learning about the deaths. Both Dutch Schultz and Oni Madden put a $50,000 bounty on Vincent Coll's head. I forgot his first name for a while there.
It was, there's a status update of me going, who the hell is Vincent? Because as I'm reading through, they're doing call, and that's, what I stuck with.
Yeah, that's exactly what you stuck with.
But
you also say that his name's Mad Dog. We can call him Mad Dog a couple times in here.
No, I didn't. Yeah, you can.
I can.
Yeah,
but you didn't.
No, I didn't. I didn't think about it. But they changed his name to Vincent in an entire paragraph, and I went, who the hell is Vincent?
Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know.
At one point, Schultz actually walked into a Bronx police station. Actually, I remember this part of the story. And offered a house in Westchester to whoever killed Coll. On February 1st, 1932, 5 gunmen invaded a Bronx apartment, rumored to have Coll, and opened fire. 3 people were killed, 1 was a bystander, and 3 others were wounded. Coll showed up 30 minutes later. A week later at 12:30 a.m., Coll was using a phone booth at a drugstore in Manhattan. He was reportedly talking to Madden, demanding $50,000 from the gangster under the threat of kidnapping his brother-in-law. The line was traced. 3 men in a dark limousine pulled up to the drugstore. 1 stayed in the car. 1 stood outside the store, and the 3rd went inside. He told the cashier to keep cool when he pulled out a Tommy gun, opening fire into the phone booth. Coll died instantly. The men fled the scene, and even though a foot policeman did give chase, they got nowhere. They being the police officer, not the hitmen, got away.
The hitman got away.
And thus the Mad Dog was put down.
That was nice. I like that one.
See, having discussions about serial killers is easy because we can get into the headspace of it and everything like that. We've sort of brought it up in other people who are like, they're serial killers, but they're not serial killers.
Yeah, I know.
Where it is a matter of, there's a very big difference of killing it as a business than killing for pleasure. Okay?
Okay.
You've got your Larry Baumeisters, who are the Etsy sorts of killers.
Heard by Baumeister.
What did I say?
Larry.
Then who the fuck's Larry?
I haven't done a Larry.
We just did a Larry!
Larry is one of the guys who was suspected of being the I-70 Strangler.
Oh, okay, thank you. But either way,
Sorry, I had to
connect the dots in my brain.
Yeah, I had to untangle
That's
that.
fair. But, whereas this is Walmart brand.
Serial killer.
Kind of. Does that make sense?
He started out so interesting.
Well,
And then I started writing him, and then I'm like, this dude is not as interesting.
he actually is. There's a lot of stories that you left out.
This is true.
And that's ultimately one of the reasons I love mobsters. And why I do feel the Ray Liotta thing from Goodfellas, I always wanted to be a gangster. That was more French, sure.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
I always wanted to be a nanny. That was more Janice from Friends. But anyways, oh my God. Mobsters are interesting, not necessarily because of their psyche. Some of them do really have a very interesting psyche.
Yeah.
But it's a very different, psychological makeup than a serial killer.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why a lot of people, when they discuss the Iceman, I cannot remember his real name. He was a very big hitter in the 70s and 80s mob scene.
Was he the one that used the ice pick?
Yes.
Then I know of what you're talking
And
about.
he supposedly, according to him, he killed like 250 people. He on his weekends going out would just be, let's kill some homeless people. He was a fucked up individual, according to him.
Yeah.
However, and there's where, they were only ever able to link him to 6 or something like that. It's one of those, he wants his story to be bigger and broodier, or he's so good that, I also believe he was played by Danny Brasco there, Johnny Depp, in a black, there was another movie where Johnny Depp actually was really good on it. Michael Franzese, former capo with the Gambino crime family. I'm going to be so wrong, and I understand if I get shot for it. He was, actually might have been, I can't remember what family, but he's now reformed. He's one of the very few people to leave lifestyle. And he actually talks about mob movies on Mob Movie Monday on his YouTube channel, as well as he does sit downs. Him and Sammy the Bull, Guevara. Guevara?
I don't think that last name's right.
It's not. That's a very Hispanic last name.
For an Italian.
I mean, they're right next to each other. Italy, Spain.
I think there's a couple countries.
Again,
in
I'm
between.
only being flippant. I mean, no disrespect.
Anyways, wrap it up.
To wrap it up, Coll's a very interesting thing because of things like, one, having an Irishman in any mob work, especially around this time, because it was the five families. It's the same issue that I want to say Lucky was the one with Murder Inc., right?
Yeah, I think he worked with Murder Inc.
But that was the Jewish hitman you brought up.
Yes.
You know, he got, I know for, you know, from secondhand, it could easily be misinformation or stuff like that, where he got shit for working with non-Italians. So having an Irishman as your, you know...
Your go-to hitman.
It's why he could never become a capo. He could never get into the family because he was Irish. Which is actually what was changed in Godfather, where, I want to say Ed Harris, but I don't think that's right.
I haven't seen The Godfather in over 20 years.
It's Ed Harris. I'm going to say it's Ed Harris.
I don't think it's Ed Harris.
It's Ed Harris! But anyways, I'm going to go prove this point. So my point is that, talk it over with your wife. I would do the mob. I would do the stupid notebooks for the mob in 15 minutes.
Mob in 15 minutes? All right.
Gang in 15 minutes sounds dirty.
It does. All right. I'm Sam Rossi.
And I'm AJ Carey.
Later, y'all.
Killing 15 Minutes is hosted by Arthur Carey, with scripts written and researched by Sam Rossi. If you like this episode or want to stay updated on this series, consider following Killing 15 Minutes on Patreon or Retrostatic Radio on all major social media platforms. Good night and God bless.
You're watching Retrostatic Radio.
Wheel of Random is turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes we shall learn.
I'm Sam Rossi, writer and co-host of Randomly 15 Minutes, where the Wheel of Randomness gives me the topic and I write about it.
I'm Megan Klodnicki, and I'm the host of Randomly 15 Minutes. I cold read what Sam writes and learn in real time about a random topic.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook at Randomly 15 Minutes to get more random facts.